Imagine stepping into a classroom from hundreds of years ago. No smartboards, no projectors, no internet. Just a small room, wooden benches, dim sunlight coming through tiny windows, and a teacher standing in front with a stick in hand. Education back then was strict, limited, and available only to a small group of people. Learning was less about creativity and more about memorization. Students repeated lessons again and again, often without understanding why they were learning them. The classroom was silent, disciplined, and built around fear instead of curiosity. But the story of classrooms is not just about walls and blackboards. It is the story of how human society evolved. Every generation changed the classroom according to its own needs, and today, the classroom looks completely different from what it once was. Long before modern schools existed, education happened in open spaces, temples, and under trees. In ancient India, students lived in Gurukuls, where learning was deeply connected to life itself. Teachers were respected like family, and education included discipline, spirituality, survival skills, mathematics, and philosophy. In ancient Greece, thinkers like Socrates taught students through questions and debates instead of forcing them to memorize answers. In many civilizations, education was a privilege, not a right. As societies grew, formal classrooms began to appear. During the Industrial Revolution, education changed dramatically. Factories needed disciplined workers who could read basic information and arrive on time. Schools slowly started to resemble factories. Rows of desks, fixed schedules, bells ringing every hour, uniforms, and standardized lessons became common. Students were expected to sit quietly for long hours while teachers delivered lectures from the front of the room. This model spread across the world because it was efficient. One teacher could teach many students at once. But there was a hidden problem. Every child was treated almost the same, even though every mind worked differently. Creativity was often ignored. Students who memorized quickly were called intelligent, while others struggled silently. Then came the 20th century, and classrooms slowly began to evolve again. Educational thinkers started questioning old methods. They realized that children learn better when they participate actively instead of listening passively. Schools introduced group activities, science labs, art rooms, sports, and interactive learning. Teachers became guides instead of strict commanders. Education slowly shifted from punishment toward encouragement. The invention of chalkboards and printed textbooks had already transformed teaching, but technology pushed the evolution even further. Radios entered classrooms, then televisions, then computers. Suddenly, students could see the world beyond their city and country. Information became easier to access than ever before. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, computers became more common in schools. Students started learning basic coding, typing, and internet research. Digital presentations replaced handwritten charts. Libraries slowly became digital too. But even then, classrooms still remained mostly physical spaces where students gathered every day. Then, something happened that changed education forever. The internet exploded into everyday life. Now, students could watch lectures online, search for information instantly, and connect with teachers from different parts of the world. Knowledge was no longer trapped inside textbooks. A student sitting in a small village could learn from top universities through online videos and courses. Education became more open and accessible. And then came the pandemic. For the first time in modern history, millions of classrooms around the world suddenly became empty. Students attended classes from bedrooms, kitchens, rooftops, and living rooms. Teachers struggled to adapt to online teaching platforms. Parents became temporary classroom assistants. Some students thrived in digital learning, while others felt isolated and disconnected. The pandemic revealed both the power and weakness of modern education systems. It showed that learning does not always require a physical classroom, but it also proved that human interaction is deeply important. Technology could deliver lessons, but it could not fully replace friendships, emotions, teamwork, and face-to-face communication. Today, classrooms are evolving faster than ever before. Smartboards replace traditional blackboards, tablets replace notebooks in many schools. Artificial intelligence helps personalize learning according to each student's speed and ability. Virtual reality allows students to explore ancient civilizations, oceans, or even outer space without leaving the classroom. Students can collaborate globally in real time. But no matter how advanced technology becomes, one thing will always matter most: the human connection between teacher and student. A machine can provide information, but inspiration often comes from people. A caring teacher can change a student's entire life, sometimes with just a few encouraging words. The evolution of classrooms is really the evolution of humanity itself. From caves to chalkboards, from blackboards to smart screens, from memorization to innovation, education continues to transform with every generation. And perhaps the greatest lesson from this journey is that learning never truly stops. Because every classroom, no matter how modern or ancient, is ultimately a place where human potential begins to grow.